A man in his 30s and up, he knows this. That's not an opinion. That's fact. Life already stopped playing games with him a long time ago. That man has become a realist. He knows it's bills that don't wait and responsibilities that never pause. And as long as there's a tomorrow, there will be pressure. So he learned there are areas that he simply cannot afford to be weak in. First, his body. Life is going to hit him physically. I'm talking about long days, stress, responsibility. And if his body cannot keep up, everything starts to break down. His energy, his patience, his consistency. Second, and even more important, his mind. There's always going to be pressure. But with a strong mind, it's something he can manage. He has seen what happens when a man loses control. When a man cannot stand under pressure, he starts creating problems that didn't need to exist. So a man in his 30s, at that point, he has learned that he has to control his response. Third, a skill. A real skill that can produce income. Something that creates value. Because a man who cannot produce is a man who isn't self-sufficient. Because he can only rely on himself. And if he's not self-sufficient, he's going to struggle to navigate life. That's what maturing looks like for a man.
Ignoring her? Let me tell you what you're really doing. You're only teaching her how to live without you, my brother. Men often think, oh, she's suffering, she's missing me, she's waiting for me to come back. But here's the hard truth. You're not breaking her down, you're helping her adjust. Now, let me ask you this. If you keep pushing someone away, what do you think they're gonna do? Sit around crying forever? No, man. She's learning how to find her own peace, her own strength. She's realizing she doesn't need to depend on you for her happiness. And that's a lesson that could make her stronger than ever. She's adjusting to life without you, one day at a time. As the saying goes, you don't realize the value of what you had until it's gone. So if you're ignoring her thinking it'll keep her close, think again. Ignoring her is only showing her how to move on, and eventually she will. So don't make that mistake. Treat the ones you love with respect and attention, or one day you'll wake up and realize you taught them how to live without you. If you agree, drop 100, follow, and share this with someone who needs this message.
A lot of these modern women, they're so hyped up on doing the wrong thing that when they actually run across a nice guy, a good guy, they start dating him, and they say stuff like, there's not really even a spark. He checks all the boxes on paper, but I'm just not feeling it. It's possible that you come into contact with a good guy, but you don't really feel any sparks. The problem with that is modern women seem to run across multiple good guys. How do we know this? Because they say it online. Oh, this guy was such a great guy, it's just not a spark. This guy was such a great guy, not a spark. And she beat and gone through, before the end of the video's like a minute. She beat and gone through 5, I'm not joking, 5 to 10 men. Let's be a little bit more fair about it. 5 to 7 men. 5 to 7 men crying and booing. What's wrong with me? What's going on with my life? How is everything crumbling? She's going through all of those men. And like I said, let's say it was 1 or 2, maybe even 3, that you don't have a spark with these guys. But how are you reaching 5, 6, 7, 8 men, good guys, that you don't have a spark with? The good guys that you say you find attractive, oh, he's attractive, he's a good guy, he's this, he's that. How are none of them qualifying? How are none of them living up to your standard? The question is answered 3 days later. Sometimes a question is answered in the very same day. Sometimes a question is answered in the very next TikTok, in the very next 5 minutes when they post another one. I'm not settling. I'm doing this. Oh, that's why. That's why you're having trouble finding a good man. Because of that right there. The problem is you.
a woman leaves you for another man, don't beg, don't argue, don't try to win her back. She made a decision. In that moment, she saw him as the better option. Maybe it was looks, confidence, money, or just timing. But whatever it was, she chose him over you. Now here's the brutal truth. Once a woman replaces you, you can't talk her out of it. No long messages, no emotional calls. Nothing you say will change her mind, because she already left before she told you. And when you chase her, you don't look romantic. You look replaceable. You look like a backup plan. What you need to understand is, you don't chase someone who walked away like you were nothing. You go silent, not to play games, but to protect your peace. No angry texts, no checking her stories, no trying to stay friends. You disappear, not because you're weak, but because you finally remembered your value. Now what should you do? Focus on yourself. Level up. Hit the gym. Build your mindset. Get your money right. Not for revenge, but because you refuse to let someone else's choice define your worth. And if she comes back later saying she misses what you had, just remember, she didn't miss you when she was lying next to him.
You know, a lot of these modern women, honestly, if they could go on a girls' night or a girls' trip and do what they're supposed to be doing, I really do think that men would be okay with it, right? If you just go on a trip and don't act crazy, I think you'd be all right. But I think what a lot of modern women are doing is they're getting out there and acting a fool. They're getting out there, you know, first of all, acting a fool, posting thirst traps, not responding for days. There was one woman that decided to go on a trip and blocked her fiance. Oh, I need my peace. I need to be on this retreat. Why in the world would you do that? Why in the world? Unless that's something that you've talked about previously. It's like, okay, I'm going on this retreat. I don't know if there's going to be phone service. So I might not be able to contact you as much. That's one thing. But for you to say, I don't want anybody bothering me, I'm going to block you. Anything could happen. You don't know what's going on at that retreat. And why would you even block him? Why don't you just put your phone on do not disturb? Number one. Number two, why don't you just leave your phone in your room, in your bag or something like that? And right before you go to bed at night, you check it to see if anything has happened. Why don't you do that? But modern women, they don't know balance. They don't know how to do what they're supposed to be doing. So they go out there acting a fool, cutting off communication. Number one, number two, and number three, they're hanging out sometimes with women that don't even like her man. Why is that a problem? Because we go on these girls' trips. We were already going to act a fool. But since I don't like them and I got a little liquid courage, that looks like a cute guy over across the way. How about we go talk to him? No, I already have a man. You can go talk. I'll come with you so you won't be alone. But no, it's for you. I don't even like Kyle. He's this. What did I do? Yeah, I've never liked him from the jump. Stupidity, bad influence, acting dumb. If you can just act right, it wouldn't be a problem.
When a man loses interest in you, he will not always say it. He just starts getting less effort, less time, less attention, less of everything that once felt genuine. And he gives you just enough to stay, just enough words to keep you hoping, just enough effort to make you question what you are already feeling. And then the moment you finally decide to walk away, he turns around and says, you gave up on us. But the truth is, he stopped trying a long time ago. You just stayed longer than you should have.
You have a lot of these modern women that, quite frankly, and this is why a lot of men are really, it'd be one thing if you were saying, I want to be selective with the people that I date, right? And you should be 100%. But some of these modern women, they don't have any, they're talking about wanting to be courted. And it's funny because they talk about that, but then they don't have any etiquette. Well, a man should do this. I believe a man should do that. Well, a man has gotten this, and this. But when you get on that date, you're ordering the most expensive thing. You're ordering, you go to a restaurant, you go to Chili's, it don't matter. You go to Chili's, you're ordering the most expensive thing on the menu. Now, mind you, you go to Chili's, you're probably the most expensive thing on the menu is $30. So you go to Chili's, you're probably getting off pretty easy. But the point is, that's your behavior. You're going for the most expensive thing. If I go into the store, I'm going for the most expensive thing. If I go into Coach, if I go into Louis V, I'm going for the most expensive thing. There's plenty of bags in the middle. There's plenty of options, clothing, shoes, sandals, whatever you, perfume, name it, whatever you want. Right there in the middle to where you don't got to go all the way to the top. And you can get something nice. I guarantee you're going to spend the bag. When you go into LV, you're going to spend the bag one way or another. One way or another. And there's some nice stuff in there. And instead of going for, oh, this is nice, let's do something that's budget conscious. Modern women do not have that same level of thinking, especially when it's not their money. Well, they have it when it's their money. But when it comes to a man, oh, well, he just expected to pay. And even if a woman would say, well, I don't want to run him dry, I really like this guy. She goes back into the group chat. The group chat is going to tell her, because they don't have any etiquette either. That's what a man is supposed to do. I was looking at Sex and the City reruns. That is what he's supposed to do. Do that. Mind you, they're single. They're single. No hope. Getting pumped and dumped by Chad and Tyrone every single day. But this woman is trying to get in good with this man. And this is what they're telling her. And sometimes a woman can fix it, because she'll go in there. A man will take her shopping and she'll be like, can I get this? And he'll be like, okay. And she's like, I don't know. I really don't want to take advantage of you. And somehow, some way, they have an honest conversation about what they want to be, who they want to be, and the type of couple that they want to grow into or morph into. And they get things fixed and straight. But that happens by communication, right? But once again, modern women have to get away from that bogus group of friends that they have, that bogus environment, those surroundings. I don't care if you come from lower class, middle class, or upper class. These modern women don't know how to act. They don't know how to conduct themselves. And you hanging out with them is going to land you in an environment of being single and lonely forevermore.
I mean, like, being around these men will really show you that they look at the littlest things.
They really do.
I was talking to a friend yesterday, a guy friend, and just him analyzing this woman he's talking to, I literally was like,
guys do a lot of analyzation. They do.
Like, this is what you guys do? And you know, obviously I did not know that, because I'm never just sitting around with
a group of guys.
Yeah,
right.
Like, it's never been like that for me. And so now that it's like that now, it really opens your mind to being like, wow, like, you guys nitpick at anything.
Girl, don't let those men fool you. They're more traditional than we think.
That's what
they
I'm saying.
are more traditional
you
than
caught on
we
to
think.
what I was saying. Like, the stuff that they're picking at, I'm like, wow, I didn't even expect that to be going on. But like you just said, they're more traditional. They don't want you to even be dressed a certain way, but they just won't let you know that.
I think what modern women don't understand is that men are not really scared to approach. You know, a lot of guys are just tired of being treated like they're the boogeyman, or they're like a monster or something like that. Y'all be treating men, you know, it's kind of an old reference. Y'all be treating men like they're Casper the Friendly Ghost. Some of those cartoons where Casper would be coming in friendly as all get out. Hey, how you doing? Oh, it's a ghost. And these folks, you know, they really played it up on the cartoons where they have people just running out and, you know, jumping in the sea and swimming away and stuff, silly stuff. Y'all act like men are ghosts. Y'all act like men are animals instead of human beings. Now, once again, I can understand if that man is actually making you uncomfortable. And when I say making you uncomfortable, I mean, oh, what's up, sexy? Ooh, you looking good. Now, I know there's some women that'll hear that from a good looking guy and they'll be like, oh, that's fine to say. How do we know that? Because that's what they said. If I find you attractive, then you can say that type of stuff to me. So it's not really, and then a man goes into his logic and says, so it's not really that I'm a creep, it's just that you don't want to hear it from me. That's got to be consistent. You got to be consistent with that. But a lot of modern women don't hold that, right? So men see this type of nonsense, and there's when the risk arises, because I don't know if you like me or not. It's the unknown, and I would rather not live in the unknown. I have no control over it. You think about the stock market. You think about, moving into a house. I can at least read the contract and say yay or nay. I can at least do my due diligence and research on a stock and say yay or nay. And that's what I'm doing with women. I'm looking at her. I'm reading what I can about you. I'm looking at your body language and your face, and I'm saying yay or nay. That's what it is. I'm saying yay or nay. Well, you didn't even really give me a chance. I didn't see much of a reason to give you a chance. I didn't see much of a reason to come up and talk to you. You really didn't give me one. Your financials, your trailing 12 months, your cash flow, to put it in financial terms, didn't really look all that great. Your key metrics don't look all that great. So I'm not coming over there. You got to start putting out, and it's more than looking good in a dress and putting on good makeup and fixing your hair. It's going to come down to your attitude. Period. End of story. It's going to come down to your attitude every single time.
I just get to shaking my head when I be seeing women. Men do it too, but it be mostly us women. When they be like, oh, he can't leave me alone. He'll never leave me alone. Da, 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 da. Like, first of all, baby, it's not a flex to have a man that can't get right, can't leave you alone. Like, it's not a flex to have a who can't get right, just won't leave you alone. Because that literally means you don't have somebody that really loves you. Because if they really loved you, they would get right for you. See what I'm saying? They don't love you because they can't get right. They're just attached to you. You have a energy sucking entity attached to you. That's not a flex. Women should only be flexing about when you see that actually love you. And he trying to get right, and he don't want to hurt you. And he not gonna hurt you. And he's gonna put in the attention and the effort for y'all to be good, and he's gonna bring peace to your life. That's a flex. Not, oh, this toxic, he can't leave me alone for whatever reason, and he still can't get right. That's not a flex. Stop it.
You continue to have a lot of these modern women who continue to post year after year, morning, noon, and night. I don't need a man. I got my own. I don't need anybody to help me out, and all that other stuff. If I need somebody, I can make a call. And for some reason, they're naturally shocked when a man says, okay, well, if you say that you don't need me, I have other business to attend to. I think, contrary to popular belief, you have a lot of modern women thinking that men are out here waiting on them hand and foot. I'm just waiting for you to call me. I'm just sitting out in some castle somewhere, or you know what, actually sitting out in the field. I've pitched my tent. I've made camp, set up shop here, right? And I'm just waiting on the day to be called. Waiting on the day that you come out to the window and you brush open the curtains. Okay, I'm ready for my man. I'm ready for my Prince Charming. Come get me. This is what modern women are thinking that men are going to be doing for them. Just come get me. I'm ready for you. Just whenever. And he waited for 10 years for me. He wouldn't leave. He was persistent. And as a matter of fact, I had like 10 to 15 men. Forget that. I had an army of men camped outside my window. And it would be fun for me because in the summertime, we would have, we would go out there and we would have the games, the Jennifer games, to where they would compete for my love, and the person who would win would get a kiss and all that other foolishness. That's what these modern women are thinking. I should have 10 to 15 men compete for my love every summer. And I say, okay, hop up and down for an hour. And they do it. Okay, bark like a dog. And they do it. Okay, the first one who brings me my Starbucks coffee the exact way I want it, multiple times. I'm not even going to say what the number is. And really the number is, if Brad goes over there and gets you Starbucks 10 times in a row versus Jack, who got you Starbucks 9 times in a row, then Brad's going to be the winner. Whoever is willing to go the distance, the ultimate for me, that's the person I'm going to consider giving my time to. That doesn't mean that I'm going to date them. Doesn't mean that I'm going to be involved with them. That just means they get a little bit more, I can't even say attention. They get to sign up to do things for me. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. You guys are going to, in either way, you're going to be strong and independent. And then you're going to let that strong, independent, I don't need no man, run you right into, okay, well, I'm not strong and independent. I don't want to be strong and independent no more. Bring me a man. Nope. Absolutely not. Nope.
I'm going to tell y'all the real reason why so many men have become weak and effeminate in this modern day society. It's because we live in an environment that does not give men the space to grow in their masculinity. Just like a farmer, when a farmer has a new crop, it has to plant it in nutrient-rich soil. And what's happening in America is that the soil has become defiled. They've essentially stripped the society of any seeds of masculinity, that a lot of these young boys are being grown up without strong father figures or no father figures at all. And when they turn on the TV, when they go on the internet, they have a lot of effeminate, soft guys that they model and that they look up to. So essentially what happens is when you strip the masculinity, you strip the essence of a man's strength, of his power, of his will to provide, of his will to protect, to be an inspiration, to be a warrior. And that's why you have so many men who are dealing with depression. That's why you have so many men who are afraid to leave the house. That's why you have so many men who lack essential skills for them to be able to take care of themselves. And then you wonder why people are constantly complaining that men aren't what they used to be and we need great men again. Well, how can you have great men if there's no examples for them to follow after? So if you're a guy and you're struggling with stuff like this, you need to go and find strong figures that you can look up to. Influential men who have true essence of masculinity, who knows what it really means to be a man. When you look at their aura, you can sense the masculinity, not this fake out shit that you see all over the internet where people is constantly chasing clout and chasing the lavish lifestyle to be, with all these fine women, but men who actually knows what it really means to be a man and who exude it each and every day.
You know what's funny is a lot of these modern women will sit up here and say, whatever that taxi cab theory I think it is, where a man, when he's ready to be in a relationship, he'll basically get into a relationship with the first woman and he really doesn't like her, and it's really only convenience. That's funny because you literally have women out here like Shira 7 and a lot of these different female dating coaches that are teaching you, find this type of man. Your life doesn't need to be hard. Your life needs to be convenient. Your life needs to be easy. He needs to be working to try to make your life easy. But we never truly hear, how is the man's life easier? How am I making the man's life easier? We have to hear it from him. There's one woman on the internet, I can see her face right now. Hair color, I just don't know the channel of her name. And he's even been on her channel talking crazy, well, not crazy, but it kind of sounds out of touch where, I get this, I get that, I get this, I get that. If she said, okay, I'm willing to start a family, but I can't work while I'm starting a family. And he said, I can do that. okay, well, I think we want to raise our kids outside of the public school system. So I'll be the one to, you know, kind of stay home and get the curriculum together and talk to some friends and stuff like that. Now, there are perks to staying at home, being a stay-at-home mom. I get to have those, you know, and there are perks to you being, you know, working outside the home as the dad and the father, and you get to have those. What's happening is that modern women, they want the convenience. They want the respect. They want the admiration. They want all of the pros and none of the cons. And they want the man to have all of the cons and just maybe one or two pros, right? So I need you to come home and now you're the primary on taking care of the kids, right? As soon as you come home from an 8, 12, 14-hour day, now you're on dad duty for the rest of the night, and I'm going to go do whatever I'm going to go do because you get a break, you get this, you do that. And the man's like, no, I don't get any of that. Number one. Number two, that little 30-minute to an hour break that I get, I need all of that because some of these men are working hard, laborious jobs. But modern women get to the point to where it's just not working for me. My job is way harder than yours is. I need to be a little bit more relaxed. I need to be a little bit more in my feminine, which basically means I need you to allow me to basically put in less work. I need a nanny. I need a cook. Anything to make my life easier while you continue to go out there and slave away and work hard. It's not fair.
When you are with a real man, this is what happens. Number one, he isn't always available for you because he has priorities. You are not the center of his universe. Number two, he will not drop everything just because you're sad or upset. Yes, your feelings matter, but they don't get to hijack his whole entire day. Number three, when he says no, it's no, period. And that doesn't make him a jerk. Okay? That actually means that he has a spine. Number four, he refuses to have the same fight for the 5th time because peace really matters to him. Like, a lot. And if that makes you mad, you might just be addicted to chaos. Number five, he takes care of himself first. Does that make him selfish? No, but who likes to pour from an empty cup? Number six, he will not chase you when you pull away. Nope, he won't do it. He will leave your ass. And if you don't believe me, just watch him, okay? He's not begging anybody to stay. He is steady, consistent, and predictable. If you are used to drama, that will feel boring, but to the right woman, that is going to feel like safety. And no 8, he needs all the time. Yes, girl. Men who are ambitious, driven, and goal-oriented have high amounts of testosterone, so be ready to give it to him all of the time, or be ready to be replaced fast. Good men don't bend over backwards for you. They're building, and they're busy building a life worth having. And if you can't handle that, then stop wishing for it because you're not ready for it.
You know, a lot of these modern women, they go to these places for a week. They go overseas, they go on vacation for a week, and they come back saying, oh, the universe told me, you know, I need a man who surfs, I need a man who speaks Spanish, he's got a creative side hustle. You know, he's just this man that's adventurous. He just want to pick up and go at any point in time. Which there are some people like that. That's how they live their life. But what I'm saying is, you know, a lot of these modern women, this is what they want, right? So the guy that might be perfectly good guy, might be an accountant, because, you know, I don't subscribe to that sort of lifestyle. You know, I'm a little bit more, I don't want to say stable, but I live my life in a different way. Then you pass that man up, right? Essentially what a lot of these modern women go through is phases where I just want to travel. And then, okay, and now I'm in the phase where I just kind of want to stay at home. And there is a man, there's expected to be a man that's supposed to go through all those phases with you. Modern women, because they're in that phase, are picking the man that speaks Spanish, who likes to surf, just likes to have his hair in the wind for that phase. They don't understand that that's that man's way of life. I want to live her all the time. That's what I want to do. And you guys actually don't match. This is what you want for the summertime, or this is what you want for a couple of years. And then you want to move on. Okay, you know, I tried that for a couple of years. Now I want the guy who's a little bit more stable. Problem is, you actually should have, found a guy who does all of that, who is able to go through those phases with you. Maybe not perfectly. Maybe I don't want to go to the beach all the time, right? But I can do that with you. A lot of modern women, they need to look for an actual genuine friend with the same values. And I'm not saying, and I want to specifically say, he doesn't need to be like you. A lot of modern women are looking for themselves or their friends in a man. That's not what you're looking for. You're looking for a friend to say, oh yeah, shoot, I'm down. Let's do it. Why not? Let's go. But then you say, hey, you want to stay in tonight? Yeah, I don't feel like going out. But modern women are doing something different. Like I said, they're looking, oh, that's all this man wants to do because that's all I want to do. And essentially what they're doing is they're if it would be a Netflix show, they'd be binge watching it. I'm just going to do this all the time. Every week when I'm not at work, all the time. Right? Until they get tired of it. Then all of a sudden that man is terrible. He's a joke. He's a disaster. And now you're putting his face and his name in. Are we dating the same guy? Like the guy did you wrong. He didn't. Now you're putting him on the T app. Like he did you wrong. He didn't. That's who that guy was. That's just the stuff he does. You picked the wrong man. You were looking for the wrong thing. And that's what modern women keep on doing over and over again. I pick a man that's all he wants to do is this. I have him for a couple years, and then another man that all he wants to do is this. Take him for a couple years, and they keep on rotating. They keep on doing that over and over again until one day I really want to settle down this time. And the guy that you actually needed 18 years ago has gone and got a family.
How are men meant to know what you want from them if you don't communicate it with them? I want flowers.
Nah, in real life, the way women ask for things is that they mention it in passing, or they'll be like, oh, this thing is so cute. Thinking that's them asking you for it. Whole time you just mentioned it in passing. And the reason why it doesn't register to men when you do that is because when men want something and they ask for it, they ask for it. They don't say, like, let's say, which I wouldn't really ask my homie for nothing, but let's say I wanted a game, hypothetically, and I wanted my homie to buy it, which is crazy. Well, let's say I'll be like, hey bro, can you give me this game real quick? But women, let's say women wanted the game. She's like, I heard about that new Call of Duty and it sounds so cool. Like you get to slide and do all this stuff, thinking they're asking for it. That's not you asking for it. That's just you telling me about something. Women don't ask for flowers. They just say, I like daisies. Which, I mean, me being the lover boy I am, I'm gonna get them daisies. But it's like, I could understand why to other men, that's not, you know what I mean? Women rarely ever directly ask for something. They'll just mention it in passing and then build resentment when you don't read their mind and do what they want you to do. It's the same thing when like women shoot their shot. They won't, well, some of them do shoot their shot, but some of the women who think they're shooting their shot, they just look at you for like 2 seconds and think they shot their shot. And if you don't do something about it, then it's over. When men shoot their shot, what do? They walk up to you, like, hey, miss, da 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 da. But women don't do that. Well, sometimes they do, but you know what I mean.
And I think you probably have a lot of these modern women who have misguided expectations. You see women, some of these ladies talk about how a doctor doesn't have as much ambition as she would like him to have. Most people are like, what? I mean, all of the work that you have to do to even become a doctor, right? And that's if you're being a lazy doctor. Imagine what you have to do to be top of the line, next level as a doctor. I mean, obviously, care, compassion, listening go a long way, especially when you have patients. But being a doctor, and you could even talk about a lot of these men. I know we like to talk about doctors and stuff like that, but a lot of these guys work hard, laborious jobs. You have to have dedication. I don't care if you're a manager. I don't care if you're not a manager. I don't care if you're not a supervisor. You have to have some sort of dedication. A lot of these jobs are dangerous and you need to be focused. And men get up every single day and go and do these jobs. Mentally taxing, physically taxing jobs. And then to come home to somebody, or to get on the phone with somebody, or go on a date with somebody, y'all might not even be in a relationship yet. But to be talking to somebody that doesn't really understand how that is, we're not even necessarily talking about money and provision. We're talking about you going out there every day and hustling. Modern women talk about, oh, men don't respect my hustle. They don't respect my grind. They don't respect this, and this. It's not necessarily that men don't respect you working. It's just men know at the end of the day, they're most likely going to be on the hook for providing and protection. We can talk about how you have a 6-figure job and how you're killing it and all that stuff, and how we're a power couple and we're high value partners. But at the end of the day, if you go down, I'm still going to have to make it happen. In a lot of these situations with modern women, I'm still going to have to make it happen. I think a lot of men are looking for, if I go down, can my wife carry it? Right? And I know a lot of women are looking for that. Fair enough. But if they go down, it's okay. He's got to be able to carry me. But if I go down, or if he goes down, I can't carry him. And men are like, well, if I always got to be the backup plan for her and she ain't got to be the backup plan for me, I'm not going to be dating. I'm not going to be doing it. Right? Modern women are saying, okay, he's not ambitious enough for me as a doctor. He's got to go do something else. So we can they're not really even talking about ambition if you think about it. They're talking about you going to the next level and making them feel secure enough. They're saying, I don't feel comfortable enough at your 6-figure job. You know, there's that clip that asks women how much a man would need to make in order for them to feel safe. And most of these ladies, if not all of them, were at least over 6 figures. Most of them were around $250,000. They thought the average man was making $250,000 at least. And then they said, well, you know, I'd like it if you make $500K. That's over and above what they need. So as a doctor, if you're making $125,000, I'm at $250K. So you're about $125,000 short of what I actually feel like I need. What I actually want is $500K. And you're about what, a fourth of that? Not ambitious enough. You ain't doing something right if you can say it like that.